Dear friends, welcome to the channel. Our doctrine for today is doctrine of severability in the series of doctrine of constitutional interpretation. We are going to cover this doctrine along with leading case law where this doctrine has been applied by Supreme Court. So let us understand what is doctrine of severability. As you are aware, in our country, Constitution of India is the supreme law, and law, all other law across India or made by center or made by state are subordinate to the Constitution of India. Now what may happen sometime, some provision of any act or any rule may be not in line with Constitution. Then what will happen in this case? Whether provision of the constitution will be valid or provision of subordinate act or law will be valid. So you are right, whenever any such situation comes, the constitutional provisions prevail over the subordinate law, act or rule by applying this doctrine of severability. This doctrine is also called with other name doctrine of separability, and mainly it is applied to post constitutional law under article 13(1). As you may be aware, article 13(1) explain that any law made before the enactment of constitution or post enactment of any law after enactment of constitution, if they are contradicting the provision of part 3rd of the constitution, all such law will be void to that extent. Means if any subordinate law having contradictory provision which are against the constitutional provision of part 3rd, then to such extent such law will be void because it is unconstitutional in line with application of doctrine of severability. We will understand this in detail with some case law where Supreme Court has applied this doctrine of severability. The one most leading case law related to this doctrine is A.K. Gopalan versus State of Madras. Fact of the case are like this. Mr. A.K. Gopalan was a senior worker or post holder of some union, and state of Maharashtra government arrested him by using section 14 of the Preventive Detention Act 1950. Please note that act is 1950. So this doctrine is only applicable to the post constitutional law, means law enacted after the existence of Constitution of India. So what happened after interpreting the section 14 and seeing the provision of article 13(1), Supreme Court held that section 14 of the Preventive Detention Act is unconstitutional because it does not align itself with the article 22 of the constitution, which talk about the right of the arrested person. Like if police arrest any person, within 24 hours such person to be produced in front of magistrate, and without that police cannot detain any person more than 24 hours. There are some other requirement also under article 22, which Supreme Court find that section 14 of the Preventive Detention Act is violative of the article 22. Other leading case law related to this doctrine is State of Bombay versus F.N. Valsara. So F.N. Valsara brings suit against State of Bombay challenging some provision of Bombay Prohibition Act. So Bombay Prohibition Act is a state act, and 8 sections of this act were challenged as unconstitutional. After studying and seeing both the conditions, Supreme Court held all these 8 sections of the Bombay Provision Act unconstitutional. Now you may be surprising if any small act, 8 sections got unconstitutional. So what will be the condition of remaining portion of the act? The Supreme Court held in this case, in case in any act some of the sections are void, this has to be seen whether remaining act can survive standalone or not. If it can survive, it will be valid. Otherwise, entire act will be considered as unconstitutional and will be void. So this was held in this case law. The last case law in this series is RMD Chamar Bagwala versus State of Bombay. So here the act involved was Bombay Lottery and Prize Competition Act, and definition under section 2D, whether competition of skill and gambling can be interpreted as prize of gambling was in contention or question. You can see in the text here, skill and gambling has end in between, and skill is totally different thing and gambling is totally different thing, and both together cannot be considered as gambling. What Supreme Court held? Supreme Court held that gambling cannot be combination of skill and gambling, and since gambling and skill cannot be separated in the provision of this section, so entire section 2D will be unconstitutional and will be void. So this is how this doctrine is applied. I am sure by this explanation your understanding about doctrine of severability and my leading case law will be cleared. In next video, we will be covering difference between doctrine of eclipse and doctrine of severability, where many law students get confused. So please subscribe to watch our next video and like and comment on this video if you have any query on this. Thank you very much.